You send 3 of your men into the valley with orders to scout the highway and its forested boards for bandits. Before the scouts leave, you remind them to report back within 2 hours. You are hungry and you hunt. In spite of their fatigue, your men are now alert and ready for action, for it has been over 3 hours since your scouts departed, and not one of them has yet returned. Do you wish to send 3 more scouts? Wait until dawn before you investigate? Or do you wish to ride on now? If you think this area is too dangerous, you can still ride east towards the town of Eshna, it says.
We won't go east.
So the question is, do you send more scouts, or do you wait until dawn to investigate?
No, we'll wait.
Yeah.
At first light, you prepare to enter the valley. The highway is enshrouded by mist, and soon, on both sides, the Ruinan forest closes in. A tangle of pale grey tree trunks of every shape and size crowd thickly around you. After a few minutes' ride, you find the wreck of a burned-out wagon abandoned at the side of the road. Behind it, a track disappears eastward into the hills. Do you wish to search the wrecked wagon, ignore the wrecked wagon, or investigate the tracks?
Let's search the wagon.
Yeah, we can investigate the tracks afterwards. It could be the convoy.
No cargo remains inside the charred shell of the wagon. The wood is black and the metal fittings have buckled and blistered in the heat. However, in spite of the damage, you find enough proof from the ashes to confirm your suspicions. This is the wreck of a some-lending cavalry wagon. One of 3 were left for Ruinan with Captain Duvall's troops over a month ago. As you stand in the wagon, brushing the ash from your hand, one of your men suddenly cries out in pain. You glance up in time to see him fall from his horse, a disc of sharp steel embedded in his chest. "Ambush! Take cover!" you shout as more of the deadly disc whistles out of the trees to claim their victims. Frightening horses gallop in all directions, your men desperately clinging to the reins. The hidden attackers vanish as quickly as they came, but not before 3 of your men are left dead upon the highway.
We're down to 4.
After burying your dead, you must decide on the best course of action. For now, only 4 men remain at your side, and the hidden enemy may return at any time to finish the evil handiwork. Do you wish to do you wish to continue along the highway, riding full speed for Ruinan, or would you rather avoid the main highway and continue by the eastern track? You know, the one you noticed before with the wagon.
Let's investigate that track.
Yeah.
Investigate.
You have ridden less than 100 yards when you notice fresh hoof prints in the dust of the winding track. Fortunately, you have learned tracking. Your Kai sense enables you to identify the hoof prints disappearing along the path towards the east as those made by a some-lending cavalry horse. Do you wish to follow, or would you rather head opposite the tracks?
Let's follow.
Yeah.
You soon arrive at the entrance to a mine. 2 sets of footprints disappear into the gloom of the tunnel, and, judging by their shape and size, they were made by 2 of your missing scouts. You shout into the mine, but there's no reply to your call. Do you wish to enter the mine, or would you rather call off the search and return to the hill track?
We better find our scouts.
Yeah.
You agree, Rana?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
I only ask because you've been quite silent. It is impossible to enter the mine on horseback, and you are forced to leave your horses outside. The mine is very dark, but you are quick to notice that unlit torches hang from the walls at regular intervals. You each take a torch and light them before continuing. In the dim glow, you discover footprints leading to a collapsed section of the tunnel. They continue all the way to the top of the huge mound of earth, which reaches almost to the ceiling, leaving only a small gap. Do you wish to try to squeeze through the gap, or would you rather call off the search?
Might as well.
Try to squeeze through.
In for a penny, in for a pound, eh?
What?
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
It basically means,
I have no idea.
and if the equivalent in Danish would be, hvis du først har sagt A, må du også sige B. That is, you already started, might as well finish.
Oh,
Indeed,
okay.
indeed.
Yeah.
The tunnel continues to descend for several hundred yards until you reach a wide chamber with a timber floor. 2 pairs of footprints can clearly be seen in the silt covering the rotten planks. To your horror, they both seem to disappear into a gaping hole. Inching your way to the jagged edge, you can make out 2 bodies lying at the bottom of a muddy shaft. You have found your scouts, but they are beyond all help. As the soft timbers begin to sag, you retreat from the edge to avoid a similar fate. Beyond the hole are 2 exits from this chamber. One passage heads towards the east, the other south.
Well, we're going south anyway, so...
But you may use tracking here.
Oh!
Let's.
You suddenly realize that you have entered a remote section of the Moken Mines via a disused passage from the foothills of the Moken Range. For hundreds of years, the ore of this range has been the blessing and the bane of thousands drawn here to seek their fortune. Men have either found wealth beyond their wildest dreams, or have perished without trace in the labyrinth of cold, damp tunnels. You know that if only you can locate a section of this mine that is still in use, you will be able to follow its tunnels all the way to ruin itself. As Ruinen lies to the south, you decide to take the south passage out of the chamber. So basically, you figured out by tracking what Givenir figured out via logic. You follow the tunnel for over 2 hours before arriving in a huge cavern. The gloomy hall is divided by an underground river that disappears into a wide archway in the south wall. On its opposite bank, you can just make out the shape of another passage leading to the west. A small rowing boat is beached on this side of the river. The ultimate getaway vehicle. And 2 pairs of oars are discovered behind the moss-covered boulder to which it is tied. Do you wish to row across to the other side of the bank and take the west tunnel, or would you rather take the boat and sail south via the river?
Let's try sailing south.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're probably
Row,
gonna
row, row
come
your
up
boat
in
down the gentle stream. Live a life is like a dream. Sorry, you were saying?
If we had... I don't know, I just said we might just pop up in the Merkenmeyer swamp.
Yep.
That's the closest body of water I can see on my map.
Who knows? As you drift beneath the arch of the southern tunnel, you pull your kayak cloak around your body and raise the hood. The ceiling is leaking and huge drops of ore-stained water rain down on your crowded boat, streaking the hair and tunics of your men a rusty brown. You row for over a mile before eventually emerging in a small grotto. A flight of stone steps rise out of the river and ascend to an archway in the rock wall. Do you wish to land on the steps and investigate the tunnel, or would you rather continue south by the river?
What did you say?
I really don't know.
Let's investigate.
Alright, investigate then.
Investigating. You men secure the boat to a rusty iron ring before following you up the stone steps towards the archway. As you reach a narrow ledge at the top of the granite staircase, you hear strange sounds drifting from the darkness ahead, like the hissing of a jet of steam? It lasts for a few seconds before the crack of a whip and the voice of a man cursing brings it to an abrupt halt. Do you wish to enter the tunnel, or would you rather go back to your rowing boat?
I say we proceed.
Oh! What the fuck just happened?
No idea.
Yo, you guys there? Answer me!
Yeah, we're here. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I just lost connection for a moment for some reason.
Oh, I thought you were wondering about what happened in the book.
So, do
anyway,
we go down to
you
see
haven't
who the
answered
guy with
me
the
yet.
whip is, or do we go back to our rowboat and row?
You heard a strange sound. It was the hissing of a jet of steam. It lasts for a few seconds before the crack of a whip, and the voice of a man cursing brings it to an abrupt halt.
What are you talking about? We're still in the boat wondering whether we should go up in the tunnel or sail on.
Oh, well, it was because Rana and Givenir said they wanted to investigate.
Okay, go back and then repeat, because I didn't hear it.
Okay, so you heard that was the steps, right?
Yes?
Good.
And then I lost connection, and now I hear a whip and a large man and something.
Yeah, but you didn't miss much. Your men secured the boat to a rusty iron ring before following you up the stone steps towards the archway. As you reach a narrow ledge at the top of the granite staircase, you hear strange sounds drifting from the darkness ahead, like the hissing of a jet of steam. Sorry. It lasts for a few seconds before the crack of a whip and the voice of a man cursing brings it to an abrupt halt. And then I was asking you whether you wish to enter the tunnel or go back to your rowing boat.
Let's enter the tunnel.
Yep.
I agree.
The floor of the tunnel is covered with the decaying remains of rodents. The sound of cracking bones make you wince with disgust as you and your men step gingerly through the foul-smelling debris. You reach a section where the tunnel curves abruptly to the east, revealing the reflections of torchlight on the rough stone walls. A quick check ahead confirms your suspicions. 2 armor-clad warriors stand guard at a well sunk into a torchlit chamber. Do you wish to signal your men to attack the guards, or would you rather lure them into the tunnel and capture them alive?
Let's
Preferably
find out
alive.
what the hell they are and what the hell they're doing. So let's try to capture them alive.
Yep.
Yeah, that and they are armored.
You toss a rock along the tunnel to attract the guards' attention. Ah, the classic. It works. Within seconds you can hear footsteps approaching. You attack. The guards barely have time to gasp as your men leap out of the darkness and overpower them. Once disarmed, their hands are tied and they're herded back into the well chamber. Do you wish to search them, question them, or leave them and continue on your way?
Let's question them. Then we can search them.
No, wait.
Let's search them first.
Well, search
Oh.
them first, yeah. In case they have
Okay.
some kind of, the fantasy equivalent of a pill.
Pill?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you know, the
means...
cyanide pill.
yeah, so they don't commit suicide or something.
Oh, okay.
A thorough search of the 2 guards reveals the following items. 4 gold crowns, a spear, a broadsword, an iron key, a brass key, enough food for 2 meals, and a potion of red liquid, which is apparently a potion of Laumsbuhr.
Oh.
For some,
I guess we'll
Okay,
take
I say
some
take
of those
both the
items.
keys.
yeah, they usually count as special items. So since nothing else is said, I won't make any demands.
Okay.
Hold on. We got a, what was it, iron key?
Iron key and brass key.
What is brass?
Blick.
What?
Lick.
Blick! B-L-E-K, blick.
Oh.
Huh. This is strange. You can search them after you question them, but you can't question them after you search them. So I'm gonna allow you to question them anyway, because that makes no friggin' sense.